Rod Serling was the legendary creator of one of the most iconic television shows in history, The Twilight Zone. But you may not know that Serling had a connection to Cincinnati and this TV station, WKRC Television. Nicholas Parisi explores this and other Serling stories, and Rod Serling, his life, work, and imagination. And Nicholas joins us right now. I am just fascinated with this whole idea about Rod Serling. We did a 50th anniversary retrospective of our TV station a number of years ago, and it was the first time I heard about Rod Serling. But he did. He kind of like he created a show that some say became The Twilight Zone later.
Well, he cut his dramatic teeth right here in Cincinnati, and particularly at this station, on a show called The Storm. And he didn't create it. A producer at the time, Bob Huber, he created it, but Rod Serling was the primary writer for it. In fact, he wrote every episode of one particular season. He wrote about 32 shows for it. And several of the shows ended up being adapted into other national recognized shows, including two that have connections to the Twilight Zone.
Yeah, now it's not the only, Channel 12 is not the only place where he kind of did his writing. He also wrote for WLW Radio, too. Yeah,
he began with WLW. He went to college at Antioch in Yellow Springs, and he got a job at WLW coming right out of college. And he was there for a year or so. He wasn't real happy there. It was a very, a boring job. It was a boring job. He was writing continuity, and he was writing bad commercials, and just real fluff pieces. And he wanted to write real drama. And it just so happened that WKRC was producing this show, The Storm, which was a live weekly drama. Really was bi-weekly at the beginning, but a drama using primarily Cincinnati talent, well, really exclusively Cincinnati talent, right here. And he jumped on it. He said, "I want to work for this show," and he ended up writing every episode of the series practically from that point forward.
Now he has an image of the kind of writer he was, the kind of content that he would create. What is it that, do you think, that was in his background that created that kind of way of looking at things? He was,
as far as I can tell, he was born with certain things. He just had an inherent sense of right and wrong, of morality. He believed in the artist's job of presenting that stuff. He believed it was the artist's job to address current topics in his work. Yeah. If you didn't address current topics, then you weren't an artist. Right. And so he was going to do that. And the great thing about when he was in Cincinnati was he had so much freedom here, because for most of the Storm's run, there was no sponsor. WKRC foot the bill for the series. It was a sustaining series, so they paid for it. And Bob Huber didn't put any shackles on him. He let him write what he wanted to write, and he didn't have a sponsor to butt heads with. So he wrote about all the things that were really important to him in the story.
Almost any of his stories, if you look at them, there are little morality plays. And I think he may have done the first thing on television related to racism, even.
Yes, in fact, that was one of the discoveries I made in this book, was that I believe that the first time anybody had attempted to address the issue of racial prejudice on television was Rod Serling on The Storm in 1952. I don't think there's any chance that anybody else had done this. It wouldn't have been done on network television. It was his agent told him, forget it. There's no way they're going to buy this script. But it was done here. It was a show called As Yet Untitled, and it was about a Chinese American couple who are run out of town because of their race. And it was based on a true story. It was based on something that actually had happened. And that's how Rod Serling worked. He saw something like this in the news, and he felt he had to make comment on it. And he did. Well,
that's just one of the many fascinating stories, because Rod Serling's career certainly expanded beyond the Cincinnati area, and it's all in the book. And Nicholas, you're going to have a signing event this afternoon, I think it is, this evening, or tomorrow. Yeah. It's at 7 p.m. It's at Joseph Beth Booksellers, Silver in Rookwood. You can get more information on that at local12.com. Just click the Get It Now links. Nicholas Parisi, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.